That title music always gets me, and I think it always will. Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish. Welcome back to the final episode of Arcanum of Steamworks and Magic Obscura. I'm glad you're here, because our adventure comes to an end tonight. Last time we did just about everything that we needed to do. We got the blessings of our chosen gods. We acquired the ghost ship of Stringy Pete, the legendary pirate. And now we are on our way to Thanatos, where we will hopefully learn more about Nazardan and put an end to this mystery and the curious cases of Dr. B. Unni, Esquire. Alright, notice too, now that we own our own ship, we can, of course, go back through here and we can sail anywhere that we want to. So, no more spending thousands of gold to go between Tirant and Caledon. Not that it's really that necessary any longer, but still. Okay, here we are. We are on Thanatos. This is the island where nobody would take us. They would even take us to this over here to Half Ogre Island, but they wouldn't take us here. No sane captain would risk his ship. Let's find out why. Well, we're off to a good start. We got a book. Those are full of knowledge, I hear. Okay, November 6th, 1790. I've made several forays into the interior with nothing to show for my efforts save my wounds. This island is aptly named, and I thank the gods for Smithers, my faithful guide. He's already saved my life several times over in the short time that we've been here. I'm certain that the Ashlag tribe still exists on this island, and I mean to prove it, monsters or no. November 13th. I have found the remains of an old site, but it appears to have been uninhabited for several years now. I was unable to determine why the site was abandoned, though I did recover some important artifacts. November 21st. I write this as Smithers and I lie terribly wounded somewhere in the jungle. In our searching today, we were set upon by creatures most fierce. Smithers sustained much more serious injuries than I as he drew the beasts away from me at his own peril. He was victorious, but at a high cost. I managed to drag Smithers into a thicket of trees where we presumably will be safe for the moment. November 30th. Smithers died today after battling madness brought on by his wounds. I fear my time is soon at hand as well. December 3rd. Irony of ironies, I was discovered by the very people I came to this island to discover. Scouts of the Ashlag tribe found me hovering near death and brought me to their camp, where they helped me to recover. Contrary to what I believed, they reside in the interior of the island and not along the coast. The most shocking part of this is that there was a previous civilization on this island. The Ashlag have made their home amongst the ruins of some great forgotten civilization. There they are. We now have the location of the tribe. January 15th, 1791. The Ashlag have welcomed me as a member of their tribe and have treated me as an important guest. I am now privy to their secret rituals and their arcane religious superstitions. It seems that their primitive religion has gone through some revisions as of late to incorporate a godlike figure or phenomenon. I'm still having a slight difficulty with their spoken language, that supposedly resides somewhere on the island. January 30th. I have convinced the chief of the tribe to allow me to come along on their pilgrimage to leave sacrifices for their new god, which I have termed the god of Thanatos, for want of a better description. I have also been able to discern where on the island this supposed godlike force resides. Here on the southernmost tip. December 12th. I have returned to my base camp with the help of the tribesmen to leave this journal so that if anything happens to me, the future will know that I was successful in my endeavors to locate the mythical Ashlag tribe. Indeed. Okay, well, so we can walk there, but it's not really the intention. The whole point of the book is to give us those coordinates so that we can fast travel instead. And there we go. See, Village of the Ashlag Tribe, land bridge. So let's head to the village. The home of a primitive tribe that worships a mysterious deity. I don't know. Sounds like colonialism to me. Nice. Well done. I'm wondering if we'll level up one more time before we end. I'm going to let the followers here take care of it. Nice. And take care of it they shall. Go, a lesser Galrath.
Good show! Perhaps they'll think twice before attacking us again, eh?
Okay, now look here. These ruins. Occupied by monsters. Not very many people in evidence. Oh, it's fine. Let's see here. We might as well take this. Go. Don't know that we'll need it, but... see what's in here. Goodbye. We just have to wait for this one to kind of, like, end on us. There we go. Alright. Nice. Already finding some great stuff. See anything in here? Okay, that was all of the Galraths, at least that we can see. Nothing else up this way. I think there might be a little more to the southeast? Possibly? It's the southwest. I was thinking there was a tiny bit more, but... I love this effect, though, where, like, the forest canopy is so thick, and then you have these spots of light where the sun gets through. Very cool. Okay, well, I shan't belabor the point. If I am mistaken, then so be it. We go beginning of the trail leading to the god of Thanatos. Oh, we have to go like this. I think. Yeah, there we go. Have to go around that mountain. Nurse McGee, Georg, if y'all would please take care of this. Thank you, Raven. It's a lot of fearsome monsters on the island of Thanatos. Thankfully, we are by far the fiercer. We are level 57, so we might make it to 58 before this is over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, okay. 2. Oh, no, okay, wait, yes. Good, I was worried there. I miscounted. 1, 2 for Magnus. And then 3, 4, 5. Good, 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 good. We have a slot left. Good. We'll need that. Oh, okay. Well, we know what to do here. Ha-ha! And then we run away. So many angry monkeys. Man, 7 at one blow, as the story says. Look at that, yeah, we are halfway to level 58. That's pretty good. Not mad about it. Nice. Let's see, okay, that was our last acid. I swear I thought we had some more. Weird. Well, that's fine. Put that here, and let's put one of these down there. Actually, let's do this. There we are. Neat and tidy. Thanatos has a very high encounter rate, if you couldn't guess. I think, like, kind of per square foot of map, so to speak, for this area, probably you encounter more monsters in terms of frequency and so on than anywhere else in the game, which makes sense. It is, after all, the island of Thanatos, and it is an endgame area, so... Move so quietly. There we go. Almost there. Okay, not surprised by one last encounter. May not be the last. We'll see. There goes Sog. Tanking. Like he do. He's done such a good job since we picked him up in Shrouded Hills. He's been with us the whole time. I really wish he was a bigger part of the story. I do. There's several characters that I wish were bigger parts of the story. And maybe they would have been, but for time and money, you know. Okay, so we have this little causeway that goes out here to an island off the coast of the island. What could be here? Now, of course, you remember what we read about in the newly translated version of the Arcanum. There. Stone monkey. Now it's a dead monkey. In the interest of speed. There we go. Oh ho. A treasure chest. A mystic chest, no less.
How may I help you?
Let me give you all of these, actually. How many does that mean she has? 214. Okay, so she's doing all right. Magnus, you take this. You will need them more than anybody else, probably. Unidentified armor. Let's give that to Sog to carry. I think. Yeah, okay, that won't increase his encumbrance. Good. An apish shaman. Forest ape and apish shaman, you say? And this gorilla summoned a mountain lion to fight us. Nice. I love having Raven in the party. She's literally just a machine gun. See, look at that. It's so good. There's another chest up here.
What is it that you want of me?
Let's give him this. I don't want to miss any of the treasures that are available along the way. There's not a lot, but as you can see, they're pretty good stuff. This looks like it would be a boss fight. In another game, maybe. Well, I guess for this gorilla here, it is a boss fight, isn't it? For me, it is Tuesday. The diamond ring. Hey, some more armor. Let's see here. Sog, can you carry this as well? Yes, good. And look at us. Diamond rings on every finger, jewels in our pockets. Goodbye, student debt, says the good doctor. And look at this, 2 cure-alls. You don't say. I'm gonna give these to him. And see why you want to concentrate on kind of combing through this area a little bit. It's very easy to, you know, if you just decide not to explore, miss a lot of stuff. And that's okay, because as I recall, there is nothing here that is, like, game critical. There's nothing that you need, like, to progress the story or whatever, but... Wow. Get wrecked. They're not called swarmers for nothing. They're so small, but they come in like, you know, 20s and 30s. Nice. Oh my god. Is there any treasure down here? Okay, I don't think so. Like I said, I think we found most of it. We'll go back over this way and look just a little bit. Thought we could go in that way. Oh well. Well, there's a monster.
I've never seen such a skillful blow.
Well, I do what I can. Okay. That's good enough. You probably saw the roof of a house over this way. A small cabin. Door is unlocked. Who could be inside? Time to find out. Elf Wizard level 50.
What do you want of me? I did not choose to live on this island for its ambience. I chose it so I wouldn't have to entertain fools. Leave me be.
You see an old elf in a worn, tattered robe. He seems a bit annoyed at your presence. Indeed, he does. Ahem. Calm down. I'm not here to bother you. I'm looking for a grave.
That is quite the fool's journey just to find someone's dead body. I'm afraid to ask, but whose grave would you be looking for?
Well, why are you afraid to ask?
I'm afraid to ask, because I know the answer. There's only one reason any fool would risk his life to come here, and that is to search for the great Nasruddin.
It doesn't sound as if you hold him in high regard.
The great Nasruddin is nothing but a thorn in my side all these many years.
You seem fairly bitter towards the old chap.
What? How dare you, old man? Do you have any idea who you're talking about? Nasruddin was the wisest and most benevolent elf in the history of Arcanum. He saved us all, and that includes you. So I recommend you keep your comments to yourself.
Oh? And you think you know about Nasruddin, young man? Who are you to tell me about that old worthless elf?
Worthless? Why, I ought to... No, I'm not going to sink to your level, old man. Nasruddin would have had more patience with men of your kind, and so will I. I don't have to defend him.
Oh, of course you don't have to defend him, young man. The old elf was completely incorrigible.
I got a bad feeling about this place.
Individuals of such low character as he. You've chosen well not to waste your words on the likes of Nasruddin.
We got a bad feeling, huh?
You're testing my patience, old man. Another bad word about Nasruddin, and it might just be the last one you say on both feet. Do we understand one another?
That's such a good line.
Virgil, perhaps you ought to keep your voice down with our new friend here.
Ah, now there's the voice of reason. And from such a beautiful young elf. You know, in my younger days, I knew a girl who looked a lot like you. She had the most wonderful name. Let me see, what was it? I suppose it would translate to something like the Silver One.
Yes, I also know someone like that. She used to tell me about a great man she once knew. She told me that he taught her a great many things. That he was much like her own father.
Ah, yes. Make sure to pass on my greetings to your mother. She was such a wonderful child. And it seems she has a wonderful daughter as well. Greetings, Princess Raven.
So here is someone who knew the Silver Lady when she was a child.
I will pass on your greetings to her. It will make her very happy to know you are here among us. Greetings, Nasruddin.
Dun dun dun! What? You're Nasruddin?
I would say in all my glory, but I'm afraid I haven't any left.
That's also a very good line. But you're Nasruddin. You saved the world from Aranax.
No. I delivered the world to Aranax. I put in place the system that he felt was his for the taking. I even imparted my elven arrogance to him. I must bear full responsibility for his actions.
A bit dramatic, don't you think? Aranax's actions were his own.
You do not understand. He was my son. I taught him everything. Only to see him be carried away by his youthful temper. I should have seen it. There must have been a way to stop him before it came to what it did.
I've heard all the legends. Can you tell me what really happened?
It started in the Age of Legends. I was young, headstrong. I thought I could take on the world, and I did. I fought the good fight to protect the lesser races, as I arrogantly called them, from the chaos that raged everywhere. Dragons, demons, evil sorcerers, I fought them all and won. And this, all before even the days of the Elven Council.
How did the Elven Council come about?
I gathered a group of idealistic mages together, and we created an Elven Council, for the good of all. We really believe that. For a time, I suppose it was even true. I really believe things began to change when we discovered a way to banish things from this plane of existence.
Why?
It was the ultimate weapon. Once something was banished from this plane of existence, it could never return. With ultimate power comes ultimate responsibility, and ultimate corruption. We were quick to use it on new and ever more terrible threats. The Bane of Kree, Krakatur, Gorgoth, Kurgan.
So, how did Aranex fit into all this?
Sometime during all this heroic carnage, my son came of age. I quickly ushered him into the council, amidst some of the others' protest about his young age and inexperience. And then it all came crashing down upon me. Look, are you certain you really want to hear all this self-pitying drivel?
Of course. So, what did Aranex actually do that was so terrible?
He had taken it upon himself to keep the balance, as he termed it. He believed that being a member of the council validated any course of action he chose to pursue. This meant attacking anything he saw as a threat, such as a city that had begun building advanced technological devices. Vendegroth, it was called. He warned them to cease their destructive behavior, and destroyed one of their factories to underscore his point. Justifiably afraid for their very lives, they swiftly constructed a device that could destroy even the most powerful wizard. He responded by calling on forces that few of us had ever seen, and wiping not just the city, but the whole province of Vendegroth from the face of Arcanum with one blow. He felt himself betrayed when the council condemned his actions. He showed no remorse. In his arrogance, he was sure he would be vindicated. I cast the deciding vote to banish my own son. If I must die, I will be the last, he screamed as he hurled the spell that brought an end to the council, the Age of Legends, and my will to live. It was a harsh dawn that morning on the plains of Brodgar, and it was there in the shadow of the Black Spire that our armies met in the most terrible battle that Arcanum has ever seen. As the sun set, only 4 of us were still alive to witness the destruction we had brought to pass. I found Aranax among the corpses of our decimated armies, and it was there that I condemned my own son to the void. It was only through our combined might that Aranax was subdued, and I watched my own son fall into the horror of the void. But such was the fury and power unleashed by this conflict that the very fabric of reality was torn asunder. With our remaining energy, we were able to seal the rift with powerful wards, and the Ring of Brodgar still stands today as a monument to my son's destructive pride and my own unforgivable failure. When I regained consciousness, I was on the shore of Thanatos. I'd regained just enough energy to seal myself in a regenerative shell. I remained that way for 1,000 years. No one had ever stayed in a shell for anywhere near that amount of time. Somehow, my magical hibernation extended my life much beyond that of even the most powerful elven mages.
So there we got a little treat. We got to see a cutscene of what actually happened. Okay, so now we have several options. We can ask for all kinds of more details. Let's see. Why have you hidden yourself here for 1,000 years?
The world out there is not mine. It only serves to remind me of my failure. Everyone I knew, everything I held dear is gone. I myself should have died long ago. Besides, I do not fancy being worshipped as a god.
I know the feeling. The Panari think I am your reincarnation.
I pity you, then. I received a taste of their hero worship from Mannix, and I can tell you I didn't like the taste of it one bit.
An interesting point of view, all things considered.
Hold on there. Do you two realize exactly what you're talking about here? Perhaps this is an interesting philosophical debate for you two, but we're talking about the foundations of the Panari religion here.
Virgil, I don't think now's the time.
I mean, if you're not dead, that means you're not his reincarnation. Where the bloody hell does that leave the rest of us? Are any of the prophecies true? Have all of us Panari just been running around half-cocked for the last 2,000 years?
Easy, young Virgil. I know how all of this must make you feel, and I apologize for making light of your beliefs. Unfortunately, I don't have the answers you're seeking.
I mean no disrespect, Nasruddin, but if you don't have any idea as to what's going on here, then you'll forgive me if I'm having a few doubts concerning the validity of my newfound religion.
Good, Virgil. If there is one thing in life that one must learn, it is to question everything. In the end, I'm sure you will have the answers that you seek. And whether or not this is all the fulfillment of a prophecy or just random chance, does it change the gravity of our situation? Would you do anything differently if you knew one way or the other?
No, I wouldn't. And I will see this until the end, regardless of the reasons behind it. Thank you, Nasruddin. At the very least, your wisdom warrants a religious movement, even if its followers tend to be a bit soft in the head.
I'm touched. Listen, Nasruddin, about Aranax.
I feel as if I've been waiting to hear those words since I awoke those many years ago. I had hoped it would never come to this. Why, Aranax? Why can't you see the folly of the path you've chosen? What are you going to do about this situation?
Oh, look at this. Please don't involve me in your family troubles. What am I going to do? He's your son. What are you going to do?
I fear there is nothing I can do. I am old, tired. I do not believe I could stand up against my son now, even if I could find the heart to try.
How is it that he is still so powerful after all this time?
We do not know what life in the void is like, if it can be even called life. Who knows what sources of power could be found on the other side?
He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. Yes, exactly. There must be some way to stop him.
I can think of only one possible strategy to defeat him now. You must retrieve the Vendigroth device that was meant to destroy him.
Oh, you mean this odd-looking sphere here? Yes, I have that.
That is fortuitous indeed. All that remains now is for you to be banished to the void.
Hold on just a moment. You're going to banish me?
Certainly. If we were to wait for Aranax to breach the wards, I fear the loss of life would be immeasurable.
It seems everything has fallen to me once again.
The irony of all this is not lost on myself. One might almost believe the prophecies to be true. It does appear that you are instrumental in halting this cataclysm. If only this were not necessary. I had hoped if Aranax ever returned, he would have realized the error of what he had done.
Judging from my encounter with him, I'd say he had not.
Yes. It is obvious to me that he has committed himself to a path which can only end in his destruction.
If I must be banished, so be it.
You must meet me at the site of the wards, the Ring of Brodgard, as they are now known. The barrier between the worlds is thin enough there for me to be able to send you across by myself. I would suggest that you bring as much help as you can recruit, as it will be no easy task to defeat Aranax.
I'll do it. But can you clarify some things for me before I'm off?
What is it that is troubling your thoughts?
Can you tell me about the others that were banished?
Whose tale of woe would you like to have recounted?
What was the story behind Gorgoth?
Gorgoth's is a simple tale, though disturbingly common in the age of legends. He was a mindless beast with an insatiable appetite. He had a liking for halflings, if I recall correctly. Bringing him low took quite a fierce battle, though a mindless one. He could think of nothing to do with him, so he banished him to the void to keep him from wreaking any more havoc. What is it that is whose tale of woe would you like to have recounted?
Can you tell me about Kurgan?
Kurgan was a member of the council. The only human one, in fact.
Oh.
He was a dabbler, he was. Always experimenting and searching for new magics. His discovery of the necromantic arts was the beginning of the end for him. The council took a dim view of magics that had the ability to manipulate the very life force of a being, and we bade him to stop any further inquiries in that area.
I'm assuming he didn't.
He totally disregarded our warnings and continued his ghastly experiments. Aranax was assigned to investigate, and turned up the rather disturbing details. Kurgan had been stealing corpses and experimenting with their life forces. What was infinitely more disturbing to me, though, was the vehemence of Aranax's drive to have Kurgan banished rather than simply exiled.
Yeah, white necromancy definitely is good rather than evil. So I'm assuming the way Nazardin makes it sound is like Kurgan actually discovered white and black necromancy, because he talks about manipulating life forces, but I think he just means dark necromancy because that is what other people have said the whole time, is that Kurgan discovered like the black side of necromancy, like reanimating corpses and calling spirits back from death and things like that, whereas we know for sure that healing and regenerative magic already existed. So I think it's just the way he's saying it. What do you mean by experimenting with their life force?
Kurgan was pulling their spirits back from the other side to attempt to communicate with them, experimenting in different ways to perfect his resurrection magic, and worst of all, casting their life force out of the bodies once again.
So in other words, he was in an attempt to gain power and learn about, like, the afterlife or whatever. He was reanimating people, interrogating them, and then killing them again. Why did Aranax's attitude in regards to all this trouble you?
Our mission was to impartially judge, to rule for the common good, regardless of our personal feelings. Aranax did not even attempt to hide his hatred of Kurgan. Worse, I always suspected that Aranax's hate was based more on the fact that Kurgan was a human on the Elven Council than on the facts of the case.
Did you not think Kurgan's crimes warranted his banishment?
I believe our decision was the correct one. It is just that there is a proper way to conduct oneself, and Aranax was neither unbiased nor objective. I began to have serious misgivings about his membership on the council after this. The whole Vendigroth situation exploded shortly afterwards, before I could come to a decision about Aranax's role on the council. What is it that whose tale of woe would you like to have recounted?
How about the Bane of Kree?
The Bane of Kree. Bringing him to justice was what established my reputation as a warrior, which eventually led to legends surrounding me which I had no control over. The Bane was a nomad warrior who was able to gather together nearly all the ancient nomadic tribes and create a vicious army out of them. I became involved when he slaughtered the army of Kree.
And what happened then?
His legendary courage failed him. When faced with certain defeat, he lost his mind and fled back to Kree. He had his army slaughter every man, woman, and child in his desperation. I do not know what he hoped to accomplish by this. When I caught up with him, I was overcome by a bit of the madman myself. I banished him single-handedly in my fury, which is not an easy thing to do, even then.
So he got so mad he did a limit break.
What is it that is whose tale of woe would you like to have recounted?
Alright, and the last one. Krakatur?
Krakatur was a conniving coward who found a way to turn himself into a twisted monster, half man and half dragon. In this form, he terrorized cities and villages, killing their inhabitants and burning them to the ground. After a colossal battle and his defeat at the hands of the council, he cried and begged us not to banish him. Pathetic.
Makes me think of that meme with, like, the cat looking down at you. Pathetic. Well, I suppose I must be on my way to Vendigroth, even though I actually already have the device right here in my hand. Okay. So what have we got left? Yes, we still need to find a cure for Cynthia's werewolf curse. Other than that, we have done everything we're gonna do. So, now we have to meet Nasrudin at the Ring of Brodgar.
What are you doing here? I told you to meet me in the Ring of Brodgar. Make haste and I will join you there.
Indeed. And then he teleports away. Imagine being able to teleport. Couldn't be me. Alright. Now we have Nasrudin's resting place. I don't know why you can go directly across this mountainous area, but you have to go around this one. I'm assuming it's just a little map programming error. And yes, look, we are going to hit level 58. We're very close already. So there you go, the big plot twist. Nasrudin has been alive this whole time and in self-imposed exile. So obviously we can't be his reincarnation, because he isn't dead. Nice. Oh, well, at this rate, we might be level 58 before we leave the island. Goodness gracious. Well done, Sog. Alright. Time to sail back. Okay, now, we're not actually going to Brodgar just yet. We need to go to Ashbury first. Because we have been carrying something around since the very beginning of the game, almost. Because we went to Vendigroth very early on, much earlier than we were supposed to. So, this is also an opportunity as well for... Actually, where? I went the wrong... She's like over here? Yes, okay, I went the wrong way. This is an opportunity to get some stuff identified as well, so that if these things that we picked up are upgrades, which I believe at least one of them is... we can actually make use of them. Can you identify this, please? I'll take those. Right, I forgot there was another one. There we go. Can you identify this other stuff, please? Okay. So we have an Arcane Traveler's Cloak. Look at that. This is endgame armor now. Plus 20 AC and damage reduction, plus 20 poison resistance and fire resistance, and that's with 0 magic power available. Like, damn. Then we have this Mystic Chainmail. Plus 15s for a total of 27 AC, 23 damage reduction, all resistance is 15. And Magic Chainmail, which is just slightly worse. So, let's see here.
What is it that you want of me?
Let's see if he thinks this is better. Apparently he does not. I don't think so. That's 9 plus 20, and this is 3 plus 20, right? 16 plus 20, 3 plus 20. Okay. That's what I thought, but I wanted to be sure. Okay. Now, that being said, 12 plus 15, so that's 29, that's 27. 26, so actually that's better as well. And she's wearing the same armor. Logair and Sog and Magnus will not actually be able... He doesn't even have magic armor. It's not able to wear that and use it because it's the wrong size, so we will just have to sell it. That is fine. Now this, on the other hand, this is a hexed longbow. 5 to 10 damage plus 10, speed 8, 2 to 5 fatigue damage, but also it casts a random harm spell, which is the low-level, like, black necromancy attack spell. So it randomly hurts the user or the target. Right, yeah, I think it's more immersive that way, as opposed to just saying +1, +2. Like, I guess when you do that, mechanically speaking, it does, sort of, like, it helps you to remember just by saying it out loud, exactly... We need to go this way. Like what the item does. So if I say a longsword +1, then I know it's adding +1 to attack rolls and damage rolls, because that's kind of built in. So mnemonically, that's not necessarily bad, but it definitely, like, you know that people in the world are not calling them +1 longswords or a +1 flaming longsword, or they're not just calling it, like, you know, boots of quickness or slippers of spider climbing. Like, they'll probably call them something else. Yeah, like, you can do the in-between as well, so that way you know, like, an arcane crossbow gives you a clue as to what it is, and then the +1 is just like... Here, give him those as well, so we're not carrying them. Gives you a matter of degree. Now remember, we came to the gateway to the wastes before, and this fellow was not here. So we've been carrying this around since we went to Vendigroth very early on. This old sprocket looks ancient. There is an imprint mostly rubbed off. The only 5 letters you can read say ... Groth. Hello there. Might I ask your name? I am Weldo Reuben, the renowned halfling adventurer at your service, madam. A halfling adventurer? What are you implying? I can adventure with the best of them. It's just that most halflings aren't much for adventuring, is all. Oh. Well, I actually find most halflings a bit on the boring side. No thrill in their lives, nor do they want any. Can you tell me of your adventures? Oh, I always love to speak of my adventures. What can I share with you? Have you found anything of interest in your travels? Well, yes, actually. I found a very interesting device on a foray near here. Holds up a rather small, peculiar item for you to look at. I found this in some old ruins out in the wastes. Really? Yes, the ruins were made of a metal of a sort I'd never encountered before. There was all manner of junk around and inside them. I found this device while rummaging through it. I see. Some nasty lizards must live underneath it because they swarmed out at the noise and I had to retreat a ways. Well, it sounds bad. Well, you have to expect danger in my line of work. Have you seen any cities in the waste? Well, it's pretty empty out there, and I haven't been here exploring all that long, but I found this one city way out in the waste, surrounded by shifting sands. No roads led into or out of the place. There was no obvious entrance, so I climbed the surrounding wall. From that vantage, I could see the whole place. Anyone live there? Yes, there were a lot of people inside, lots of different races. Everyone was wearing robes and acting very polite and all. Well, did you go inside? No, I climbed back down and left. Bigger folk have their own ways, and I won't be disturbing them. Would you show me where it is on my map? All right, he's talking about Tula. Okay. And what kind of monsters have you seen in the desert? I've seen all kinds of strange critters. I've seen giant spiders with the upper body of a woman. That wasn't the strangest thing, though. Once I saw the darndest thing. Deep in the desert, I saw a rock stand up and move around. I swear it looked at me, too. Did you speak to it? Don't be absurd. I took off my hat, bowed graciously, and left it to its own devices. Okay. Doodly-doo. Mysterious ruins of the waste. We've been there. Vendigroth ruins, Tula, of course. Interesting. He's not saying anything. I think it's because we've already been to Vendigroth. And we've gotten the device. So if you don't have the device, what happens is Nasruddin sends you here, and you meet Weldo, who he agrees to tell you where the Vendigroth ruins are. But first, he wants you to bring him proof that it exists. Like, he wants you to bring him some evidence. And that's the sprocket that we found, the gears that were here in these mysterious ruins of the wastes. So... so I think because we told Nasruddin, like, oh, actually, we already have the device, which it's great. It's awesome that they, like, actually plan for that, because, of course, it is possible to go to Vendigroth just like we did well before you're supposed to. Okay. So that being the case... let's head this way and see... You're shooting each other. There we go. This is actually fortunate because Raven has been using a lot of arrows, and I actually don't know how many she's got left. 94. Okay. When they're all grouped up like that because everybody spawned in on the same spot, you don't know who they're actually attacking. It's like, bro. So many people here, they could be shooting anybody.
How may I help you?
Go, another 20. Easy peasy. Okay. There. Let's get through it a little quicker. Okay, now let's see. Greetings, may I enter? Ah, good. Okay. So part of that quest, also, if you don't have the device, is Nasruddin sends you to Tula, as well, the city of the mages, so that you can get some help with the Ring of Brodgar and stuff. And I was like, we better check and see if we can actually go in. He looks you over for a moment before responding. Ah, it is you. Jorian told us to be expecting you. You may enter. Thank you, but who is Jorian, and what is this place? Jorian the Diviner. He is inside, waiting for you. And this place? This place is Tula, the city of mages. To enter, just walk between the pillars. Boom. And here we are. We're inside at last. We get to see Tula. We also have arrived in the middle of the night. Everybody's probably asleep. Yeah, look at that. Master Mage, level 50. Master Mage, level 50. Okay. Can we... Oh, we can't rest here. Can we rest outside? I don't want to rest, I just want to do that. Yes, there we go. At midnight, there's a thing, but we need to talk to somebody first. Okay, here we go. Ba-da-da-da. Ah, here we go. This old wizened figure doesn't react to your approach. You cannot be certain he has even seen you. Excuse me. Ah, it is the Wanderer. You are here to speak with Simeon Tor. I am? A wry smile crosses his face, and he continues as if you have not spoken. Before you see him, you must do something for me first. I need vital information. The fate of Arcanum hangs in the balance. That may be. But Nasruddin sent me. I don't have much time. See, there's something we didn't trip. What's happened is because we already had the device, we skipped over this whole section of quests. And so having tripped the trigger that sends Nasruddin to the Ring of Broadgar, like he goes there and waits for you, but then you go over there, you talk to him, he needs something from you, right? So since we've already gotten the device, it's tripped that to where the game is recognizing, like, we need to do these other quests. Like he has told us to come to Tula, even though he didn't. That is not how I see it. Then you know what I'm doing. Perhaps. Then please let me in. I beg of you. That is not how this works. How this works is that I beat you until you let me enter. No. Okay. Tell me what I need to do. Go and gaze upon the mural in the main hall. It is near a glowing circle on the floor. I am certain you must have passed it on your way here. And then you may enter to see Simeon Tor. That's it? Go look at a mural? But why? Because that is what you are to do. Okay. I will go look at it. The big mural right here. Mural of Enlightenment. Ta-da! So see these different symbols? Those are symbols of different kinds of magic, different magical colleges. So Tula is a very important city if you are on a magic playthrough, because this is where you can come and you can perform a quest for each of the master mages. And, of course, there are 20 different colleges of magic, or sorry, 16 rather, in Arcanum. So there are 16 master mages, one for each of these. It's certainly useful to put points into lots of spells because many of them are awesome. They're really great, and they have a heavy effect on the game. But when you come to Tula, if you have maxed out and gotten all 5 spells in a college, you can perform the quest for that college and get master level training, which halves the fatigue cost for all spells of that type. And that's really great, because fatigue can be in short supply. You know, that's effectively your MP in Arcanum. And so this is your limiting factor for how effective you can be as a mage. It's how fast are you? How many spells can you get off in a turn, right? Willpower is how many can you maintain. and what spells you can learn, but you can see down there, look, fatigue costs 25. Force is one of the most basic colleges and one of the most useful. And that's because the first spell that you get from it is Shield of Protection. But see, it drains fatigue over time, so if your fatigue regeneration is not sufficient to keep up with it, eventually wearing a Shield of Protection and having it on, like if it stays toggled on for too long, it'll knock you out. Right? And that ends with Disintegrate. Well, Disintegrate, right, it's just an instant kill spell. It just deals a flat 50,000 damage to anything that it hits. It costs 50 fatigue per shot because it's so powerful. If you get Master Level Force training, it only costs 25. That's a big difference. That's twice as many Disintegrate spells, right? So this is a very important place for a magic playthrough, but we're only going to see a little bit of it. I won't show you the whole of Tula, because it is vital and very interesting if you are a magic character. So, of course, I definitely encourage you, if you've never played Arcanum, play it yourself, or if you've never done a magic playthrough, definitely give one a shot and you'll see more of Tula. So, of course, if you didn't know, this is Jorian the Diviner, obviously. You have seen the mural. You may now enter to speak with Simeon Tor. But why did you have me look at the mural? Because that is what you needed to do. That is not an answer. That is the only answer there is. I can see this will lead nowhere. Good day. Look at this. You see what appears to be a view of the Ring of Broadgar, Caledon, Blackroot, Tarrant, Ashbury, and Stillwater. So look at this. They're monitoring other places throughout the world. That's powerful magic, right? Pretty cool.
You've come seeking information?
Before you stand Simeon Tor, Master Mage of all Tula. His awesome power is evident in even his slightest gesture as he motions you closer. And he studies you for a moment. The experience is a bit unnerving. Tula is so heavily magical that, like, it doesn't really matter that we have 100 technology aptitude here. Like, their magic devices and things are so powerful, it kind of... Think of it as there's so much magic in one place that we are not strong enough in our technology to affect it. The magic kind of outweighs us by sheer quantity. Nasruddin has sent me to find the location of the Vendigroth ruins. See, that's why if we don't have the device, he tells you that you have to go to Tula and they'll tell you where Vendigroth is. And so you give Weldo Rubin the gears that you found in exchange for him telling you about Tula. So he tells you, you find the ruins, give him the gears, he tells you about Tula, you come to Tula to discover where Vendigroth's at.
You are a practitioner of technology.
Oh, he fixes us with his intense gaze, the air in the room becoming thick with tension. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, it's not just about you, it's the whole world is balanced on this knife's edge between magic and technology, and it is different in different places, so it shows you that, like, even though we are theoretically leaving an age of magic and entering an age of technology, Vendigroth shows you that there have been cycles like that before, that advanced technology is not a new thing. The dwarves, if you learn about the Iron Clan, show you that that is not a new thing. But likewise, Nasruddin and the Elven Council show you that, like, magic is also not a new thing. And Tula is proof that even in a world of high technology, magic is not actually getting weaker and it's not going anywhere. How does that matter?
And you claim you have seen Nasruddin? I am meant to believe that not only is he still alive, he would use a technologist as his emissary?
We'll tell him our story.
And he told you to find Vendigroth?
Well...
Your story rings true, despite its implausibility. I do not have the information you seek, regardless.
Who can help me, then?
Pelosian. Pelosian is the only one who can answer that question for you.
Are you not surprised that I've spoken with Nasruddin?
Nasruddin speaks to us all at one time or another.
You don't understand. He's alive on the island of Thanatos.
That is interesting.
Isn't that a bit of an understatement?
It is intriguing, I will grant you that, but I can only assume that he has his reasons for staying hidden all these years. Who would I be to question the great Nasruddin's motives? If he can keep himself alive for 2,000 years, I am but a gnat compared to him. If you are willing, though, I would be appreciative were you to share your tale with me.
I like that. Like, he is the strongest wizard in the known world as far as anybody's aware, right? He's the master mage of Tula. And he just immediately is like, who am I to question Nasruddin? I am but a gnat compared to him. Like, that's how you know Nasruddin's a truly epic level character, so to speak. And yeah, yeah, like, Facebook doesn't exist yet, so...
Your story rings true. How?
Right.
How is the question, not where. Pelosium is dead. Has been for 1,000 years.
Okay then, how do I speak with him?
No one knows. Since his death, he has appeared above Pelosium's pool every night at midnight. He floats there for an hour and then fades away. No one has ever been able to coax him to speak. You must find a way to bring his voice forth.
Who was this Pelosian?
Pelosian, clairvoyant artist, poet, founder of Tula, and above all, master of summoning. Hearing tales of him in my youth is what led me to summoning, actually.
So his specialty is summoning magic. But yeah, Pelosian is the guy who founded Tula. So, he was the founder of Tula?
Pelosian was born to great wealth, but his spirit was that of a wandering mystic. It would not allow him to live a life of leisure. When in his travels he found only arrogance, greed, and the thirst for power among the sorcerers of his day, it troubled his soul greatly. He wandered out into the wasteland, and it was here that he found what he was looking for. Clarity, a singular consciousness, a place he could start a new philosophy of magic. He gathered young, promising disciples around him and created this marvelous place, a beacon to all those that would pursue the ways of magic with a pure heart.
What can you tell me about his art?
He was an artist of great talent. His paintings are said to help those who meditate on them become closer to achieving oneness. His best work, in my opinion, is the aptly named Mural of Enlightenment.
Jorian sent me to see that mural before he would let me in here.
Really? That's interesting.
Who is that Jorian fellow, anyway?
Jorian is the master of divination here in Tula. A bit of a clairvoyant in him there is. Jorian never has anyone do anything for no reason. Of that you can be certain. He knows more than he is letting on, I feel.
Well, I'll go speak with him further then.
It will do you no good. He has revealed everything he is going to. And if I know him, it was not very much.
Then what is the mural meant to represent? No one... I don't know why this one's not voiced. No one knows, really. The largest symbol is thought to possibly represent a lost college of magic, but no one can say for sure. You mentioned that he was clairvoyant?
Yes, that is why I believe that. Even had he not seen the ruins that you seek with his own eyes, he will be able to give you the answers that you seek. It is believed that his writings and his paintings foretold future events. In fact, much of what he has prophesied has come to pass.
What things has he foretold?
He saw many things, things that most refused to believe.
Wow, that's impressive. I can't understand their disbelief.
I appreciate your humor, but all I can tell you is that things are the way they need to be.
I like that you can make him laugh. You mentioned that he was a poet?
His poetry was a bit overwhelming for most, much less lyrical than his paintings. The poems seem to reveal his inner self in a way few could understand. We don't know his poetry firsthand. Sadly enough, his works have been lost to us. All we have are others' writings about it.
So the answer to making him speak could be in his poetry.
Perhaps.
I need some sort of clue to go on. Where do I start looking?
That is not the way this works. The path is yours to tread, no one else's.
This is fascinating, but what am I to do now?
Only you can determine that. What questions do you have for me?
Well, what are these windows? Are they pictures?
These? No. They are portals to other places, an indulgence. But I find it soothing to gaze through them.
Portals? Can they be used to get to those places?
Of course.
Can I use them?
I am afraid not. Someone of your technological aptitude would disrupt the flow of magics involved. It would be deadly, at best.
At best. Thank you. I suppose I will be going now. Okay. So we have the quest. We know what we must do. So I'll let you look at the mural one more time. So, as they said, like, this is supposed to maybe represent a lost college of magic or something, right? And if you look here, here are those 5 symbols around Pelagian's well. Interesting. There are a bunch of others as well. These are the symbols of the different colleges. Like, there's nature magic. That is, I think, time? That is either white or black necromancy. I think. I forget which one. And this right here, you've seen that this is actually part of the logo. That is just the symbol for magic. Like, it's like the coat of arms of Tula itself, I suppose. There we go. I think that's black necromancy, so that might be white. I don't remember for sure. But anyway, so we have been told what we need to do. We need to determine how to get Pelagian's spirit to answer our questions when it appears above Pelagian's pool at midnight. Okay, so first, we have to get it to appear. So, let's see, it is currently what? Okay, it's about 10. So let's do that. Okay, good. 18. So we need to be 22. Yes. 23. 24. Now we wait. You can hear that fire elemental just standing over there. Ba-ba-ba-da-da. Down at the bottom in the action box, you can see like the time. If you hover over this, it does not automatically update. It just shows you what the time was when you moused over it last. So you have to do like this, and you can see it advancing. Do. Okay, here we go. Anytime, Pelagian. Ah, there we go. Okay. The spirit before you says nothing. Okay. Let's see if we can do that. I might be getting ahead of myself. Yeah, I think I am. I may have missed a step. Let me see. So we went. Nazarden didn't technically send us here, but so you come here to find out about Vendigroth. They tell you about Pelosian. Oh, what are you supposed to do? Simeon didn't say anything. A bunch of others as well. I'm sorry, I just saw that. Lol. Okay. Yeah, it's... We looked at the mural, we talked to Simeon Tor. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Think there's one of these buildings. I forgot about that. There's a building that we need to go into. Where is it? I think it's obvious once you see it. Because what it is that the mural is supposed to show you, like, that these symbols are important. Okay, here we go. Yes, okay. No, I wasn't looking at this. That's what it is. So we need to get into the buildings that have these symbols on them, right? And we know this is the big symbol, like the master rune or whatever you want to call it. So these other four are the ones that we're looking for. Not those two. Here we go. Okay, wait. Let me load it real quick. Okay, so, right. Okay, it's coming back to me. Alright, so to open these buildings, we need to step on the symbols of the different colleges. And if I remember... Okay. So what it is each of these symbols represents some of the different colleges of magic, right? It's coming back to me. Okay, so there's 16 colleges of magic. There's 4 of those symbols. And then this kind of represents, you know, like they said, either a lost college or the unification of all magic. So each one of these lends itself to, like, there's something about it, right? So the first one here is... Let's see, where are they? There's a whole quest thing to tell you, like, which ones to do, but let me see if I can remember. That's why these weren't working. So you see how when you step on them, they're supposed to, like, go down. And they're not active yet. Yeah, we need more spiders. That's definitely what it is. Think? Yes, okay. Thankfully, your followers actually can't step on these and activate them, because that would probably be terrible. That's not it. Gotta remember that there's some back here. I think there's only 2, though. Okay, so it's not those. It must be in this corner. So that was earth, air. Here we go. Water. And fire. There we go. So what happens is once you know what each of these symbols represents, and this kind of helps each other, the symbol that is inside or in front of each of these buildings is the last one you need to step on, and it gives you a clue as to what the symbol's associated with. This one represents the 4 elemental colleges. Okay, so there we go. There is Pelagian's Amulet. It's an upgrade of the other amulet, whatever it's called, that gives you plus 20 magic resistance. Okay, and then we have to... Do we need to do anything? I can't remember. Do you have to turn these candles on? Oh, wait a minute. There was something else. Oh, here we go. Verses of the Wanderer, Canto 1. All that comes before me is rooted in this earth, in this water, in this fire, in the air that surrounds us, not thought of as last, but as what came first, and the final step before you come to me. See, so, like, these are his poems, so it's showing you, like, that's a clue. After you've figured out how to get into each building, the poems tell you which order to step on the master symbols in order to speak with him. Okay, so let's see. This is the spiral symbol. This is it's like the symbol of energy and stuff. So, let's see. Where is it? This one. Okay. I think. Yes. Okay, so it's going to be that. Because that is... Right, that's... Okay, that's conveyance. Right, and then we need... That's why it's a spiral, is because it indicates, like, movement. Right? So conveyance is the first one, because what moves you more than conveyance? I wish I could remember where the damn seals were. Where is it? Force is next. Where is force? There's force. Okay. And then it's meta magic. And then I think it's... yeah, okay. Phantasm. Bear with me. It would be just awesome if I could remember where these were and not have to run around in circles every time. Oh. Never mind. It's the last one. The 4th one is the one that opens the door. My bad. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else here. Canto 3, right? Power stands strong, not first above, but just underneath, as all that is raised needs the power to raise it. Interesting. Okay, what's next? That one. Okay, so that one ends with nature. So this is like, this represents, like, life forces. So we need... That's one of them, but no, it's like... that's black necromancy. Where's white necromancy? It's not over there, because I did all those. It must be down here somewhere. Where is it? I do not know. There it is. Okay. So once you know the order, it kind of makes sense. So it's like white necromancy, right? Well, what's the opposite of white necromancy? It's black necromancy, because after life comes death. Also, I think it's just, like, not all of these are in an order. So, you can't use that. Like, you can use it as a clue, but you can't use it as, like, a guide. That one is summoning, right? And then nature's the last one. There we go. There's the next book. And that one tells you, the tie that binds the first to the last, the first to its child, is the spirit of all, the spirit that calls, and the way much brighter before you. So spirit is what that master symbol is. Did one of you pick something up that I need to know about? I think I saw one of you walk over and pick something up off the floor. Or were you just making room for each other to stand? Okay, I think it was that one. I'm just... okay, last one. So there's only 4 symbols left. One, that's going to be the last one. 3. So they're pretty close together. Here we go. Curly Q. Sort of an A-looking thing. Loopy Omega. And X. There we go. Okay. Canto 2. There is only one step which begins a journey. Wise are they who wear the cloak of truth. Clear is their way, clear is their vision, and clear will be that which they seek. So if you decipher that, of course, it tells you what order to step on these symbols. Now, we are going to have to wait until tomorrow night. Oh. Wait a minute, maybe not. No. Yeah, okay. Well, he wasn't there, and it was 1 a.m., so he was supposed to appear, like, at noon, and he disappears at 1 a.m., so I don't know why it did that. Anyway. 4 hours. Okay, anytime. Oh, I have to actually put this on. Interestingly, this doesn't count as a magic item, even though it gives you magic resistance, so you can wear it as a technologist, which is pretty cool. There he is. The spirit before you says nothing. Alright, so it's truth, energy or power rather, spirit.
Very nice.
Elements. And this. There we go. Phew. Okay. Damn. My brain is tired. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Greetings, traveler. Long have I waited for you to come. What? What do you mean? The signs, traveler. You read them, did you not? The mural of enlightenment, the verses of the wanderer, the objects you have assembled here today. All of these were signs I left for you, and they were also signs for me, so that I would know you when you came. So you knew? All this time you've just been waiting for me? Yes, traveler. I was blessed with the gift of seeing the future, and I knew that someday I would be needed to provide you with answers. So, I am here, and you are here. Ask, and I shall answer as best I can. Alright, here we go. We know where the Vendigroth ruins are, but we're going to ask him. And he just points to a place on your map. A place of sorrow. A place of death.
What can you tell me about them?
Vendigroth was an amazing place, traveler. There are wonders now, here in your time. But I tell you, Vendigroth was a city of marvels and wonders. This thing you call technology. The people of Vendigroth mastered it long before the dwarves. I can't even begin to describe the things they created. So there you go. Vendigroth was even more technologically advanced than the dwarves, and the dwarves for like untold thousands of years have been the undisputed masters of technology.
But then Aranax became angry with them. He feared technology.
Yes, and he annihilated them because of it. Tread carefully in the ruins of old Vendigroth, traveler. The blood of its people still screams for retribution, for revenge. It is an evil place, twisted by pain and fury. Your journey there will not be an easy one.
What can you tell me of the Vendigroth device?
It was a device they created to destroy Aranax, and destroy him it would have, traveler. If a machine can be thought of as evil, then this Vendigroth device would be called such.
What does it do exactly?
Put very simply, it severs a soul from this world forever. A person killed with this device can never return to the lands of the living. It is the true and final death, the last step in the dark journey.
I'm confused. What role do I play in all of this?
Your role is a strange one, traveler. On one hand, you might say that you are merely Fate's puppet, destined to play the role given you. But if you look at it another way, it is you, and only you, that has any choice whatsoever. It is everyone else who dances to the strings. In the end, how you see things is your decision, and your decision only. I think that's a neat, meta perspective on being a player character, right? Fate's puppet, destined to play the role given you because we control this character, but also our choices are the only ones that matters, and the rest of the game world reacts to what we do. And a very reactive world it is. Yes, taking source from people in Divinity, yeah. Very much so, just cutting them off from the source of life itself.
If you can see the future, how does all of this end?
He laughs. I knew you were going to ask that question. Did you really expect an answer?
I suppose not.
I love down here it says Pelagian, dead.
I think that's all. Thank you, Pelagian.
Yes, I must go as well. My long vigil is over, and I can finally go to my rest. Fate has not yet chosen, and death himself awaits. Farewell, traveler. Boom. Okay. So many quests. There we go. Alright. So, that should be everything as far as I know. I don't think we need to go back. Maybe I might. Let's wait till morning. I can't remember if you go back and say something to Simeon Tor, if he has anything to say about you, speaking to Pelagian, getting him to talk. There's Jorian again, though. He just nods in your direction almost imperceptibly. Wanderer.
May the gods bless your journeys.
Okay, so nothing else that we really need. But we can go from here straight to the Ring of Broadgar. Magically, if we go over to Roseboro, our ship will be there. Now, if we're magical, rather, I should say. Because we're technological, we cannot. Alright, so... I'm so used to playing Magic, I just stepped right in there and it's like, no, wait. He just said we can't do that. My bad. Tula is a very cool place, and like I said, I'll leave the rest of it unexplored for your adventuring pleasure. Back over here. Okay. There we go. Okay, down this way and back to Ashbury. There's that level, baby. There it is. There it is. Let's see. Does she have anything? No. Okay. Level up. Level 58. Alright, Trance, while we putting this in. Let's see. Mastered dodge and throwing. Maxed out spot trap. Ironically, we never did master heal, which I hate, but that's my own fault. Did that. Haven't done that. We've got 20 charisma. I'm thinking maybe the paralyzer? Perhaps? But also, we've been through a lot. Maybe heal. Paralyzer? Okay, let's do it. She's almost mastered chemistry. I don't know if we will level up again before the game is over. We'll see. There's a little bit left. Bear with me. We will finish this tonight, so... There's not too much left. That's actually supposed to be a big section, but we already did Vendigroth, of course. And then with Tula, because we are not a magical character, the only thing there for us is solving that quest and talking to Pelogian in order to get Vendigroth on our map. We've already done Vendigroth, we have the device, we're golden. We Gucci. So we would spend a lot more time there, and there might be another episode in the stream if we were doing a Magic playthrough, but since this is a tech playthrough, I think we're finished. Oh, wait. Tula is where you get the cure for Cynthia's werewolf stuff. Dang it. We have to go back. Okay. There is one thing that we need to do. I forgot about that. We can't leave her. We can't leave her. Okay. Let me see. I think... Which one is it? Temporal summoning? Is it nature? No, morph. I said meta earlier, but it's morph. We need to talk to the Morph Master, I am pretty sure, in order to get her a cure. So, let's see. That's going to be inside. Don't think that they might be asleep, but it's okay. Okay. Where is the Morph Master? There aren't signs on these doors. But you can kind of tell, like, see, this is like the nature guy because there are wild animals in his room. Yes, the Mighty Morphin Power Mage. That's pretty good. Master Mage, is it you? Of what college are you Master, Great Mage? Master of Necromantic Black. Okay. Nope. That might mean this is necromantic white. Yes. Bilko Gavin. I think it's in this upper part, but... Okay, Phantasm. I have no idea. Oh, that one's already asleep. Okay, well, we'll ask this one then. Mistress of Temporal Magic. I think it's the guy that's asleep. I think. Because if I remember correctly... Oh no, that actually might be summoning. So, morph might be before, because they're kind of like in order. Vaguely. Okay, so if that's nature, this might be morph. They're not color-coded, unfortunately. Ah, here we go. I am Subdinka, mistress of morphing magic. Well, do you know of anything that will cure a werewolf, mistress? Ah, but of course. Lycanthrope Restorative will cure a person who has become infected by a werewolf. It is a very difficult potion to create, taking 7 years to prepare correctly. Its making is a closely held secret here in Tula. 7 years. Well, we don't have 7 years to wait. May I acquire some? There's a girl in Caledon with the affliction. Yeah, Mistress Morph sounds like a Silver Age superhero. Yeah, very much so. Oh my. We had believed werewolves to be extinct these past few 100 years. There is one batch available in our stores. You may purchase it for 2,000 coin. I am sorry it's so expensive, but the ingredients and the time required demand that it be so. My, that is expensive. Well, here I have the coin. Thank you, Dr. Unni, Esquire. Here you are. I pray you are in time and that no one has destroyed the girl you are attempting to help. Good luck. Thank you. I will take this to her immediately. Good, okay. See, I forget which one they start with. I think it starts with the bottom, like the second row. But each of them, they're like in order that they are, that the colleges are listed on the level up screen. Man, I'm glad we remembered that. There's the potion. Oh, and by the way, I don't remember if I showed this, but in between streams when I was doing inventory management, I did upgrade our Vendigrothian leather gloves to Vendigrothian war gauntlets. It seemed appropriate. I think you'll agree. Okay, now. Can we really just... Oh, okay, well. Can we get... How far down can we get then? Aha! Okay, then we can go to Caledon, and we can go to Roseboro from there. We're on the way. Do 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 do. Nice, thank you, Virgil. Usually Raven, like, she can be kind of bad for turning into a water elemental, and I've not seen her do it one time yet. I think it might be because she has sufficient ammo. If you give her a melee weapon, or if she runs out of arrows, she's got a bad habit of turning into a water elemental to attack people. And I don't think she's done it one time since she joined our party. Oh, no more random encounter? I'm very surprised. Not displeased, but surprised. Okay, Let's see. Sundries. Crooked staff. Since we're here, will you buy that armor? Let's see.
What is it that you want of me?
Okay, Raven can hold these, I think. And then... Okay, will you buy this? No. Drat you? Okay, well, go ahead and buy some arrows because I don't want her to run out. I guess it's fine. We don't need to worry about it too much because he doesn't have encumbrance, so... Oh. Where did those arrows go? Wait a minute. Where did they go? Oh. I didn't have room for them, so they ended up on the floor. Okay. I was like, wait a second. I know I paid for those. Alright, no big. We'll just keep that armor for now then. We have more than enough money. If we sold it, we might wind up with enough to buy a second ship, though. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not our boat. That one has another captain. We need to go up here to our spooky ghost ship. Actually, it's in excellent repair, isn't it? Okay, Caledon. This way. Caledon is one of my favorite places in the game just because of this mix of magic and technology that they have, where they see the value of both. I just think it's neat. Okay, she's still locked in her room. She is still alive. So here we go.
I found a cure for Cynthia.
Found it? Where? Well, where was it? Let me see it.
It was in Tula, as you suspected.
Ways of magic will never cease to amaze me. Here, Dr. Unni, Esquire, I've been saving, hoping that you would have something to help my Cynthia. Here's 1,000 coin. I hope it will suffice as a reward. I will give it to her at once. Goodbye, and thank you again.
That is very generous, thank you.
Brought you a cure, darling. Drink it as soon as you can. Here we go. Hello. Okay, and let's see what she has to say.
I'm glad you're well again, Cynthia. You saved us, Dr. Unni, Esquire. Thank you so much. Bless you for your kindness.
Indeed. Yep. Half what we spent on the cure. So you do a good deed, you get cash back on your purchase. There we go. Alright, that's it. That is it, folks. There is no more. So let's head up here to Roseboro. And we are at the end of the game. That could have gone a smidgen faster if I had remembered the symbols a bit better. I forgot a whole step there in the middle. Partially because we did do the quests out of order, so. But it's funnier that way too. For sure. It's just like, Nazardin sent you. No. I just wandered over this way. We have 9 fate points as well, by the way. In case you did not notice. Alright. Come on, folks. There we go. Our army. Everybody get in frame. Think this is a thumbnail? Maybe. Okay, let's save it. In fact, I'm going to create a new save. Oh, I forgot. One moment. There we go. The mod does that, where every time you boot up Arcanum, it changes the language of your keyboard to Russian because it's a Russian mod. Like the devs are Russian, or the core dev, I guess. So I have to change my keyboard language back to English every time. I've tried to get in the habit of doing it after right after I boot the game up, because you can see it switch down on the taskbar, and I just forgot this time. And I can't tell you the number of times we've raided someone after an Arcanum stream, and I've gone to type in something and say hi to them or whatever, and it's come out in Russian, and I've been like, no, backspace, backspace. They're gonna think I'm a bot. Alright, here we go.
Are you prepared to face Aranax?
Are we prepared? Do we feel prepared? Are you prepared, Trance? This is your patron request. Is there anything else you want to do? Because once we enter the void, there is no turning back. We are at the end of the game. That being said, there's not much that we really can do, because we're
Success.
so... like, we've done it all, so... Alright, let's do it. Yes.
Then it is time. May your gods accompany you to the other side and help you to stop Aranax.
They had better, or we're all in for a bit of trouble.
That's especially funny since last time we went around and got the gods' blessings. That's one of the reasons I saved it, is... That's very funny. Here we go. Boom. Here we go, and here's the ring on the other side, and look, there's the device that they have been constructing. And here, we've not seen these for a while. Remember the last time that we saw these void critters? This was actually all kind of... There was foreshadowing, because remember, way back at the beginning of the game in Blackroot, Liam built a gate, and he didn't know where it went, but he built a gate to another dimension, and all of those void lizards and jellyfish aliens and stuff came out. So now, you know where he built a gate to. Unless she ran up, shot him, and then left. Very funny.
Good show! Perhaps they'll think twice before attacking us again, eh?
Nice. Critical hit. There's a bunch of these, like, little nothing enemies right here around the beginning area, so... It's slow going until we clear them out, but then it'll speed up quite a bit. Alright. Come on, doggo. Get you some. Get in there, lads. And Raven. She's like a Gatling gun. Here, y'all finish it. Okay, there we go. Is there one over there? No.
Wow. I've never seen such a skillful blow.
I love that she's just like Owen Wilson. Wow. Wow. Get in there. Nice. Okay, well, let the good times roll. There. I kite, you tank. Someone get Jim Cummings to say that. Yeah, we did not wind up with an automaton. I should have kept that set of elite plate mail that I got back at the beginning in Ashbury instead of actually completing the quest and giving it to that guy. Because the only other one in the game, if you don't make it yourself, is available during the Caledon quest for the negotiations with Tarrant, and we didn't get it. I forgot about it at the time until after it was over, and I was like, ooh. So, okay, let's see. So each of these is a teleporter that the Black Mountain clan has built, and I don't remember which one we need to go through. So, as is tradition, I guess we'll go left.
How may I help you?
Hello? It's not activating. Okay, well, fine. Maybe we'll go right. Oh, I get it. I forgot. Okay. See how this one, it's going down? And this one over here, it's going up. So that sends you somewhere, and the other one, like, you come back. That's a landing pad. Boom. I love that animation. So finally, at last, we have the technological equivalent of teleport. And look at this. Look at all this twisted nastiness. Almost looks like Vendigroth, doesn't it? At least a bit. The Araya. Those are the name of the jelly aliens. Okay. Such interesting monster designs. I mean, jellyfish aliens are not new, but because of the context and like the lore of the setting and the overall atmosphere of Arcanum in general, it's, you know, it feels very different. It's kind of like the Hanar in Mass Effect. You know, like they're not just jellyfish. There is much more to them than that.
An impressive attack.
Look at this. We are going to level up again. I didn't think we would.
Wow. I've never seen such a skillful blow.
Keep them coming. I love the little bubbly noises they make. It actually, that right there, that noise, it sounds like the way they got the Foley for that was like they took a gallon jug or a water bottle that had some air in it, some space in it, and just kind of turned it over and let it go. Blah, 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 blah. So there we go. Except it's Stop Aranax. This is our last quest. final quest. Here we are. Let's go down here. Hold there. What's your business here?
I'm here for Aranax. Get out of my way.
The guard seems taken aback, surprised by your aggression. Yes, of course. We were told to expect visitors. Aranax is inside. Feel free to enter and speak to him.
Thank you, and good day.
So we have these are dark champions. This is a spirit snake. Look here, this is a cool door. Gets its own animation. Here we go. This is a big moment. There's the man himself. It's Aranax. What's he got to say?
Yes? What is it?
What an introduction. Before you sits an elf, his legs crossed, his head down. An air of weariness surrounds him. He notices your presence and slowly, purposefully stands and addresses you.
Aranax, I presume?
Your presumption is correct. And who might I have the pleasure of addressing?
I am Dr. B. Unni, Esquire.
Well, what brings you to my corner of oblivion?
Enough with the pleasantries, Aranax. I've come to stop you.
Interesting. And just what is it that you are going to stop me from doing? I have so many things on my social calendar these days, it is difficult to know which you are making reference to in particular.
I will not permit you to escape the void and return to Arcanum.
You will not permit me? How droll. You really have absolutely no idea what you are involved with here, do you?
To be honest, I've become involved in events beyond my control.
That is a feeling I have much familiarity with. Sometimes I feel that my fate was decreed from an early age.
You are here because of your actions, not some cruel twist of fate.
Do not misunderstand me. I take full responsibility for my actions. Though, how are one's actions determined, really? How is our view of the world shaped? Mine was shaped by arguably the most powerful individual in the world, my father. He raised me on tales of the righteous superiority of the elves and the destiny that brought us to rule over all the races.
I don't think it was Nazaridan's intent that you destroy a whole city.
What did he expect? He shoved a young, immature, and inexperienced fool into a position of immense power and set me loose on the world. Why didn't he stop me? He should have stopped me.
Wait. Are you trying to tell me you feel guilt over what you did?
Most certainly. I have had 2,000 years of my grievous errors and judgment replaying themselves in my mind. One tends to grow a bit of a conscience in all that time.
Huh. Where was your new conscience when you threatened my life?
I did no such thing. I've been here for ages. Do you really think I could reach across the void to torment you?
I tire of your lies. Come out of your shell and fight me.
You fool! You think this is my protection? This is my prison! I've been trapped inside this shell for nearly 2,000 years!
What? That's impossible. This must be some sort of trick.
I assure you, it is not a light-hearted jest, though I wish that it were. I have been trapped here since soon after I was banished to this realm.
Who could have possibly trapped someone of your power here?
This is Kurgan's doing. When I first came here and realized what he was becoming, I attempted to stop him. Our battle was intense, yet brief. As you can see, I was not the victor.
Kurgan. The necromancer that you hated and had banished.
One and the same. It looked as if I was correct as to the effects of his experimentation. His dark magics have transformed him hideously, in body and spirit.
Do you regret having him banished?
Regret? No. Though I can't help but feel that I was so set against him simply because he was human. Regardless of my childish excesses, though, there is no denying the base evilness of his actions.
Do you think he could be behind all of this?
Being that I am trapped in here, my opportunities to get information are, shall we say, a bit limited. On the rare occasion Kurgan has deigned to visit me to play his intellectual games, he has dropped some veiled clues that might make sense in light of what you've told me. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say Kurgan is impersonating me.
To what end?
It sounds as if these dark elves you mentioned have patterned themselves after the misguided philosophy of my youth. They are proving to be powerful allies in his quest to return to Arcanum, it seems. I doubt they would be willing to help Kurgan the Terrible return to exact his revenge.
So Kurgan is the one I'm here to stop.
That would appear to be the case. If you were able to facilitate my release from this prison, it would be my pleasure to help you destroy Kurgan.
I'm not sure I can trust you.
Your hesitation is understandable. Perhaps you should gain an audience with Kurgan himself. I think a conversation with him will erase any doubt as to the veracity of my claims.
Where is he? How do I find him?
I do not know. There is a portal in the room behind me. Perhaps you can use it to travel to the other parts of the void. What are your questions?
All right. So, he tells you some other stuff here, like the Black Mountain clan. So, we'll go through that first.
Where is the Black Mountain clan?
I do not know. I would assume the gate they are building is located somewhere near Kurgan's castle, though.
What can you tell me about the void?
I do not know much, but what I do know is that there used to exist some sort of civilization here, and the world was not broken up into distinct land masses. I do not know if some ancient war destroyed this realm, or if it was the doing of one of the heinous villains the Council banished.
The Council didn't even know what the void was?
It seems irresponsible in hindsight, but at the time they felt the void was oblivion. Nothing was supposed to be over here. What is it that you wish of me, then?
Why did you destroy Vendigroth?
When they began constructing their device to protect themselves from my unprovoked attacks, I lashed out without thinking and destroyed them all. My fear of what technology could bring was so pervasive, I never thought there was any other solution.
You sound as if you regret your actions.
Most certainly.
And he says that again.
2000... Do not misunderstand me. What is it that you wish of me, then?
What happened between you and Kurgan when you got here?
When I first came here and realized what he was becoming, I attempted to stop him.
Right.
I was a bit full of myself back then. All the damage and death I had caused had not even scratched the surface of my conscience at the time. Full of blind rage and arrogance I was. What is it that you wish of me, then?
All right.
I think Kurgan needs to be stopped.
I could not concur more vigorously. If you would facilitate my release from my prison, I would join with you to defeat him.
What do you think? Has he convinced us? Does he seem contrite? Yes. What is it that you wish of me? Yeah, well, of course, this is Troika Studios, so a lot of the same voice actors appeared in many Troika and Black Isle games, and then later on, I think, in BioWare and eventually Obsidian games. So I don't remember off the top of my head who Aranax's voice actor is, but I am almost certain that he was probably in one of the Baldur's Gate games, or Icewind Dale, or maybe Planescape Torment as well. If not even other games beyond that. Very likely.
What do I need to do?
What do you think? Has he convinced us? Shall we join forces with Aranax and believe his story after everything we've heard about him? Is that the solution? His little shell of green magic. It's hypnotic. All right. Here we go.
I'm afraid I do not know. I do not believe Kurgan could maintain this from a distance, so there must be something near here.
Okay. Let's see what we can find. The door actually closes behind you as well. I just like that animation. Like, check it out. This is actually really cool. Yeah, it does. So, the way that you actually free him, if I remember correctly, is like this. Dodge Master. Boom. Summon another zombie. There we go. Oh wow, that healing spell actually worked, I think. Oh, they both were trying to heal me. There we go. Congratulations. Stop it. Stop it. Guys, I have this. Stop it. Oh my good lord. Every bit of fatigue they have.
What is it that you want of me?
Look, they even use Morgana's tears to recover. Damn fatigue. Oh, God. Oh my gosh. Oh, there is that. That's actually not a terrible point. He did fail fighting Kurgan last time. Oh, yeah. Virgil. That might be the same voice actor, actually. I don't know. We did level up. Okay, well, you know what we gotta do. We gotta get the anesthetizer, right? Surely. There we go. We have mastered yet a third or a technological discipline. If we level up again, level 60, man, we get 2 points. Okay, accepted. Defeat Kurgan. Okay, where are these new schematics? Here we go. The hallucinite. I can't remember if we read this one. The mysteries of the brain are revealed through hallucinite, an amazing product made from the mixture of mushrooms and varums aquavitae. When used on any foe, hallucinite creates the most fantastic and frightening illusions, all within your opponent's very mind. Be a neurological nemesis with this phlogistic phenomenon. Finger 11 blasting in the background. Oftentimes, death need not be the only solution, and the paralyzer was made with this in mind. A combination of potassium chloride and the strong poison, this lethal liquid will leave their bodies completely disabled while you choose their fate. Be merciful, or save them for torture. Either way, you've won the day. And the anesthetizer. Wondering how to get by that particularly vigilant sentry? We have the answer for you. By combining hallucinite and bromide, the guileful technologist can create the incomparable anesthetizer. Just one dose of this enigmatic elixir will have them drowsing for days. Remarkable. Indeed. Ahem.
Many thanks for releasing me from my horribly lengthy incarceration, madam. I am at your service.
It is high time that we showed Kurgan the error of his ways.
We could do well to recruit some help. I know some beings in this realm that we might be able to convince to follow us. Perhaps you have heard of them. The Bane of Kree, Gorgoth, and Krakatur.
Do you think they would join us?
We can only hope. We will have to convince them that Kurgan is a danger to them as well.
How do we find them?
I don't know. We will need to find a way to navigate amongst the different land masses of the void using the ancient portals.
Let's go.
So there we go. Check it out. Plot twist. So there we go. Now we have 6 followers. That's why we needed that extra little bit there. 20 charisma. So...
What may I do for you?
I'd like to know something about you.
So here he is. He is level 50. Some of these companions, they actually have really interesting character sheets when you get behind and look at them, because, I mean, Aranex is supposed to be one of the most powerful mages who ever lived, but his magical aptitude's only 50, even though he's a technophobe? Interesting. Also, his willpower is only 19 and intellect 16. It's like his stats are really not that impressive, but they're built using the points that he has. Why, you might ask? That is because he has... Where is it? There we go. He's got a bunch of fire magic. He's got a bunch of force magic. And that's it. Like, he's really not that impressive. He doesn't even come with Disintegrate. And he can't level up, so whatever he's got is what he's got, right? Because, like, he can level up with us because we're playing with this mod that removes the level cap. In a vanilla Arcanum playthrough, when you pick him up, that's it. Which doesn't matter too much, because, I mean, you can't, like, leave the void and go farming for XP anyway. Also, it notes his age as 1,000, even though he's been here for 2,000 years at least. Okay. Oh, actually...
What may I do for you?
See, I don't remember what he comes with. He's got some unidentified... He has elven boots, and that's all he's got. Dang it. I knew... That's why I should have saved that Arcane Traveler's Cloak. I knew as soon as I sold it that I was like, no. Why did I do that? But I wasn't going to turn around and buy it back for like 6,000 gold. Okay, does this just... Okay, so this just loops. Okay, I couldn't remember. No problem. This right here, I feel like in some of these designs, I can see echoes of Numenera. Like Torment Tides of Numenera. Now, of course, because Aranax has no weapons, all he will do is cast spells, which is very funny. Let's see, where does this go? Unless he decides to run up and actually hit them with his fists, which is very possible. Oh no! They knocked Sog down. Here we go, and we might get to see. Maybe not. I can't remember which portal goes where. It's going to take me a second.
Splendid! I applaud your talent at smiting fools.
I love his voice set. He's got some very good lines. I applaud your talent at smiting fools. Wow. He really is just going to punch them. That's hysterical. Oh. Ah, we've seen these demons before. What's it called? Oh, we'll find out in a second. Oh, not aggroing properly. Okay, well. A Gorgoth. Oh, that is Gorgoth. He's got the same model as some other stuff. Like the demons that popped up and attacked us are at the ruby altar. There we go. Okay, nice. So here's Gorgoth. Me Gorgoth. Gorgoth need food.
Gorgoth? You mean the Gorgoth? What a small world.
Gorgoth hungry, need food. Eat! Eat! Eat!
I'll get you some food if you'll help me fight Kurgan.
Yes. Kill Kurgan for food. Blood meat.
Okay.
I brought bread and a lemon. I thought that would work. What other food does he need? He just needs like a food item. There's nothing to eat here. Okay, we have to leave through this one. Oh, I can't remember. There's something in here. But like there's something that will aha, look down here. Something that counts as food, but this is cool. All these weird trees that seem almost to be part of the architecture, right? Like they're techno-organic or something. Yes, doggo, protect me. Hello? Ah, there we go. Something was running to hit us. I was like, why can I not leave combat mode? Ah, that might be it. Come on, Georg. These lizards are so funny with their little hop. They'd almost be cute if they weren't, you know, horrible aliens from the dark world. Okay, and around this way. And we go up this side over here. Let them draw some of the aggro, you know. Is that close enough? Not yet. Nope. You stop that. Okay, now we'll just... There, that way if they get to me, they can't hit. Nice. Man, what a good team we've built, right? You gotta take that thing out first because it makes more of the little ones. Go Magnus, go Magnus. I love how everything defaults to like reaction 70, courteous. Until you enter combat. It's like, why are these monsters so polite all the time? Nice. Ah. Krigard's Falchion. Right. I forgot about this. Damage 35 to 50, fatigue 10 to 20 to hit 20. Let's see here. That might be a little better than what he's got. Oh man, Sog is such a beast already. There's Nurse McGee and Georg bringing up the rear. Okay. Now we'll step on the teleporter. Noom. Oh my god. Just damn. Girl. We are gonna level up again. I can't believe it. I love that. I didn't think we would. Just because at level 60 you've got to need so much XP to level up, you know, that I didn't think we'd get that much. Oh, look at that.
Splendid! I applaud your talent at smiting fools.
So good. I think that's it for this island? Yeah. Look at that. Sog is the most powerful person in our party.
I am awed by your abilities. Let the blood flow.
So that's a greater Araya. Infernal. That's a shocking. Okay. Focus on the green ones because they're level 35. Well, be careful out there, nurse. Dodge master. Dodge master. Dodge master. Best skill in the game. Alright, y'all. Dig in. Oh, there's that level. Sick. Oh, they're running now. No, sorry, you made your bed. Okay, we got 2 points. We're gonna put them in. Probably this, right? It's either gotta be this or heal. Because we only need 3 points to max out heal, and then we can become a healing master. Or 1, 2. We would need 5 points total to max out our other discipline. So yeah, let's do this. If we can do that, that would be awesome. Oh no, there's one little jelly left over here. Aha! Here's our next recruit. Is there anything? No, okay. Who dares disturb the mighty Krakatoor?
I suppose that would be me. Dreadfully sorry about that.
Sorry? Sorry? Do you have any idea the powers I can bring to bear against you? The wrath of Krakatoor knows no bounds.
Wait. You said Krakatoor. I read your journal.
What? My journal? You mean my last testament? Where did you get that? That was still in the lair of Belerigram after all these years. Wait. I don't quite remember what I wrote. That was the eve before my glorious battle against Nasrudin and the Elven Council. What a great battle it was.
Strange. Your journal had the taint of cowardice all over it.
What? I will kill you for even speaking those words. Krakatur is like a god. Krakatur is monstrous, towering above the whimpering masses like a furious storm. Krakatur...
Good God, listen, I'm sorry. Please help me against Kurgan. You are weak and pathetic, Krakatur. It's that simple.
What? No one speaks such words and lives. Tremble before the might of Krakatur. I have spilled oceans of blood, mountains of bones mark the roads of my fury, fire and destruction.
Maybe I'm not making myself clear. You're a joke.
The creature's eyes nearly bug out of his head. I've never heard such insolence. I will devour 100 generations of your family. They will curse your name for the tragedy you have brought upon this day. They will...
Okay, this is ridiculous. I think you're a weakling. Fight me.
Oh, and it seems to flinch. Well, let's not let this get out of hand. I mean, I've done nothing to you. You bothered me here. Not that I won't kill you if you say one more foolish thing, for I am Krakatur, vicious spoiler of history, death to all and everything. I will...
Fight me, you coward.
His bulk seems to shrink and he lowers his head. You don't seem in the best of moods. What have I done to deserve this treatment? I mean, first Nasruddin and his cronies gang up on me, and now... I mean, you will pay for this. I am Krakatur, masticator of millions. I will dine on your entrails.
You're a blowhard. I've known tougher milk maidens.
Don't push me. If you keep on this path, I'll destroy you and your descendants and your ancestors too. Yes, for I am great and mighty Krakatur. There will not even be a memory of you, for I control the elements and time, and I'm a god in dragon form, and I'm...
You're such a jerk. I think I came up with the only opportunity to see what you're really worth.
And what is it?
Look. Great Krakatur. This is your eye. And what do you say to this?
She throws the eye on the ground and crushes it into powder with her foot, with her high heel. Boom. So now he actually does fight you. And he is, as you can see, like, he's not a pushover. He actually is a difficult fight. So I wanted to show that, but... Oh, no. Uh-oh. Well. Dang it. My bad. That's okay. Now, see? We know... You gotta just quick save like crazy. Why did I not do that? I was just gonna go back to the beginning of the conversation. Dang it. Well, that's alright, I guess. We weren't that far along.
What's your... perhaps you'd like to join me in destroying Kurgan.
And he immediately, perhaps, what exactly is going on? I see. He rears to his full heights, nostrils steaming. So, you ask the terrible Krakatur for his help in battling evil Kurgan. Fight fire with fire. I shall destroy that bumbling necromancer with a great sweep of my claw. His blood will flow as mighty Krakatur passes his judgment. All will cower before the power of Krakatur.
So you will help me?
Well, no. Let's not rush into things. I mean, this is Kurgan the Terrible we're talking about. Not that I will have any trouble dispatching him, of course, for I am Krakatur, ruination of the past, present, and future.
Yes, please, what are you saying?
Krakatur expects payment for his services. Did you think I would come to your rescue without some sort of offering? You must pay your respects. Krakatur exacts a heavy toll. Entire villages have been sacrificed to appease me, for I am...
Let's see. Wait, I think I have your eye here somewhere. That's one thing. Or perhaps I could give you this journal back.
So you'll give me the journal and I help you to defeat him? Could you, make sure never to tell anyone what you read in there? Not that I fear anything or anyone. Krakatur is like the moon and the sun, timeless and terrible. I will desecrate all.
Yes. So will you join me or not?
Yes, and you will need my help in defeating him. He will fall before our combined might. Or perhaps you will not even need the strength of mighty Krakatur. Perhaps I will only watch as you dispose of the Crichton. In fact, perhaps I will watch the front door while you battle him to the death. For I am Krakatur.
Oh, good God, let's go.
So, he joins us as a temporary follower. Waiting for him to stop so you can kind of see. There we go. He's got a character portrait. See that? Ah, and here's another one. Guess who this is? The Bane of Kree. It's the look of a fierce warrior. His heavily muscled body is covered in scars and tattoos, and he sniffs the air as you approach. A fresh arrival, eh? You still have the smell of the world on you.
I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Who are you?
I have been known by many names, but the only one that matters now is the Bane of Kree. That is the name I was known by when I wielded power over men.
I need help killing Kurgan.
Kurgan? I welcome the chance to slit his throat, but after what he did... Looks away in shame. He defeated me in battle soon after he arrived here. After delivering the killing blow, he brought me back to life to taunt me. I have waited long years for the chance to make him pay for that.
I know the feeling. Join me so that we may defeat him.
Looks at you suspiciously. Why should I join you? What do you have to offer me?
The taste of victory on the field of battle once again.
I like you, but I want to be with a smaller party than yours.
Good day, then.
He's a temporary follower anyway, but the Bane of Kree, like, we're at our limit. In fact, we're over our limit, because we have Krakatoa with us. Here we go. We could get Gorgoth as well, but I forget where to get food in here. I don't remember where it's at. That's why I brought food with me. I thought that would be sufficient, but I think he might want something specific, or like he wants meat and not bread or fruit, perhaps. Alright, so here we go. Done all the doing we can did. Check this out. Oh, look, there's more enemies over here. Dark Champion, that's a bludgeoner. Look at this, though. He's got himself a whole castle. Nothing over here. It's not a huge castle, but I mean, it's in the void, right? So, this is what that ancient civilization must have looked like.
Good show! Perhaps they'll think twice before attacking us again, eh?
Final battle. This is a landing pad, so we can't go anywhere from here. Nice. Led with a crit. We love that. Good. We're pulling them mostly one at a time, which is nice.
Awed by your abilities. Let the blood. I am awed by your abilities.
Oh, 2 crits.
Let the blood flow.
Krakatoa's not even going to get into battle. As it should be. You can hear him making noises back there, though. Level 30. Oh, God. Look how little damage we're doing. Dodge Master! Finish him, doggo. Okay, finish it, Magnus. Finish it, Nurse McGee. Yeah, the building permits, probably. Oh, he might use the Khopesh. Actually, you're right. I hadn't thought of that, but he might use that if we give it to him. Yeah, honestly, I would rather be here than any place with a homeowners association. For all of its other flaws, perhaps. Dodge Master. Okay, let's see here.
What is it that you want of me?
Sword of the Darien Ka. He might use that. Nope, he won't. Interesting. If only we had a wizard staff or something. Regardless, no harm done. Hello.
What? You've brought the enemies of the Master to his very door. You will pay for this outrage. Not before you do.
That has the same energy as, like, you will answer to God for your crimes. Like, you first. One of the hardest lines in all of history. You first. I feel like that very much led to that kind of, like, let's not be hasty now. Ooh, Virgil took a big hit. Yes, and look at Raven out there with that two-handed sword. I love it. She's just like, ah! Okay. Another save. Save on this one. Gonna have to fight our way through his citadel. Of course, as you might expect. This is a final boss dungeon, right? Check that out, though. They just evaporate.
I'm awed by your abilities. Let the blood flow.
Right, treasure chest, treasure chest. You know those are probably trapped, but...
I am awed by your abilities. Let the blood flow.
Get kinged on. Okay. Locked, you say? Well. Can we get in? I don't know. Maybe not. It's jammed. It's okay. Sure that one's locked as well. I forget what's in these, actually. Well, make room. Virgil's like frozen mid-animation. I'm not trying to lockpick Krakatour. Well, we don't need what's in there anyway. It's fine, actually. Oh yeah, these guys are the worst. Let's see. We don't want any more fire elementals getting summoned. Oh, that would actually be kind of sick. Like, instead of traps, they summon a mini-boss. That would be kind of neat. Okay. Yeah. Oof. Ooh. That was Aranax, by the way.
I've never seen such a skillful blow.
That was also Aranax. He just fucking died. Oh my god. Lol. Okay. Hysterical. He sucks so much. It's such a letdown. He's really a terrible character. And the reason he doesn't come with Disintegrate, even though he's a Force Mage, is because it's the instant win button. But that just makes it even funnier, because then it's like, well, you don't have the final spell, so you can't even be... Everybody knocking themselves down? Like, you can't even be, like, a master of the college. Up this way. Go. Oh good, they got like frozen. There's the gate that he had the Black Mountain clan constructing for him so he could return. Pretty cool. Dodge Master. Get wrecked. Nurse McGee got some. Get in there, Georg. Oh, that's an interesting way to think of it, actually. Yeah, like, because they were studying new magic and stuff, so maybe he just had all the magic that was available at the time. And he doesn't know some of those spells because they weren't, industrial salvage, locked. More industrial salvage. We don't really need any of that. It's okay. But yeah, like, maybe those spells didn't exist yet. That's kind of a neat idea. Okay, here we go. Let's see. Where do we have to go? I think it's around that way, but we've got to go up here first. A scene of carnage. Dwarfs. All over the place. Look at this. He's literally worked the Black Mountain clan to death. What are you doing? Oh. How dare you? Georg, no. Stop them. Who is in our way that we can't? Why can't we get through? Oh no! Now wait a second here. If that's going to be the way of it. I couldn't even get through the door. I'm not sure why exactly, so... Criticals. Critical hits. Dodge Master. No, please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Please don't do that. Please, please, I'm begging you. Oh my god. There, see? It's fine, actually. This is... Oh, how do we get those open? All of these are open. These torches are really interesting, like visually. You can go in here and see what's over this way. That's unlocked. It's okay. Is it this one? Yeah.
Most assuredly. Most assuredly.
Yep. Come on.
Most assuredly.
Come on. Aranax, please. So funny. Bro, you are doing nothing.
Most assuredly. Most assuredly.
Come on. Come here.
Most assuredly. Most assuredly.
There we go. Okay, now. Excellent. Much better. God. So funny. Is it? Here we go. There's a sword. Will you use this sword, perhaps, maybe? Sulfur pills, Morningstar perfume, carbolic acid. Can do that, at least. Make some acid to throw. Yeah, he's just politely knocking, you know. So obviously they have been torturing the dwarves. In addition to anything else that they've been doing.
How may I help you?
Let's see. I just don't know. He might just, like, not use swords, period. But that's okay. There we go. Who cares about keys at this point? Dwarf technologist. Look at this. It's all that's left. Yeah, you would kind of think. I didn't want to suggest that, but you would in fact think. Someone from the other side has come. Who are you? I'm Grenjar Silverhammer. Tell me, did Stennar reach you? Yes, but he died before he could tell me what was happening. Stennar. How did he die? He perished in a horrible Zeppelin crash. Zeppelin? What is that? It's an airship, a boat that flies suspended under a large balloon. What? I've never heard such a thing. How is this possible? The world has changed greatly since you've been there. No doubt driven by dwarven ingenuity and technological advances. Yes, you're right. If only we'd been there to see it, but fate had other ideas. Can you tell me about what happened? The Dark Elves had been lying in wait, looking for a way to bring some dwarves over to this side. They knew what technology would eventually weaken the wards to the point of failure, but they decided to accelerate the process. They needed a machine to open the rift back up by distorting the already weakened wards. An elf couldn't make a machine to save his life. And the Bates made his steam engine. Exactly. King Logair should be able to fill you in on the rest. The bitterness in his voice is barely disguised. Reasonable. He was the one that they convinced to banish us. We were shocked, to say the least, but our king had spoken. We were told our banishment was to the Isle of Despair, but this is where we ended up. I can assure you King Logair had no idea of their true intent. Of course you're right. Our king would never betray us knowingly, and Logair nods grimly and silently. As soon as we arrived here, we were beaten mercilessly and thrown in chains. As our work progressed on the gate, Stennar formulated a plan. As soon as the gate had any functionality, he would go through and attempt to warn the other side. We knew that his absence would be noticed and they'd try to stop him. He began preparations to disguise himself as a gnome. He starved himself to the point of sickness, and when the gate was near readiness, he shaved his beard. He believed that the full responsibility for what had befallen us was his. He would do whatever he thought was necessary to make things right. Even that. They tortured some of the clan to force us to reveal his plans, but we wouldn't break. We knew they needed us to finish the gate, and we'd been disabling the gate in various ways for months. For all they knew, we still had months ahead of us to finish the thing, when we could have finished months before. Then they killed half the clan in a last effort to force us to talk. we still did not break. And now we are all that's left of our once great clan. I will return to free you when I've killed those responsible. Alright. We're almost there, folks. This is it. It's made an angry little noise and stopped. These are nothing, though. These are berserkers rather than those blood spirits or whatever that summon the fire elemental, so it's fine. Dodge Master.
I am awed by your abilities. Let the blood...
Splendid!
Got him.
I applaud your talent at smiting fools.
Get him. Get him, guys. Go. Ooh. Thunk. There we go. I'm gonna have to help.
Splendid! I applaud
And
your
actually-
talent at smiting fools.
Have some medicine, Magnus. Boop. There we go. Support build. These guys have a load of hit points. Sorry, Magnus, we're gonna have to shoot past you here. Good crit. There we go. Dodge Master. Oh, bro, they kicked our dog. Did you see that? It's okay, this dog bites back, baby. And Aaron X punches. There we go. Now see, that actually works. Okay, here we go. I think that this is the last floor. I believe.
Greetings.
Here we go.
Long have I waited for your arrival, and finally this moment has come. I am Kurgan, first of the necromancers, voyager in the lands of the dead.
I see. Not exactly the person I originally expected.
I would think not. Although the presence of Aranax tells me you already know much of my tale. At least as much as he deemed necessary in order to bring you into his confidence.
So, now, I know what's going on here, or I don't know what's going on here, but I know I don't like it. I hate to impose, could you tell me what's going on here? And I've heard his side of the story. He told me enough. Indeed. So.
I've heard his side of the story. Tell me yours.
My life, in the world you call Arcanum, seems so very distant. The memories clouded like those of a child, and a child I was then, probing the darker magics, given glimpses of the truths yet to come.
The council. Were they right about the magics? Look at you.
Yes, look at me. And what do you see? A monster? An abomination? You've no idea what I've discovered. You see with eyes tainted by life, and all which that accursed state embodies. My vision is clear because of those magics you hold in disdain. And the Council, it is they I have to thank for it.
But they punished you. Why would you thank them?
In your world, your Arcanum, I was powerful. Perhaps the most powerful human magicka who has ever been. But to humans, cursed with our shortness of life, our brevity, what is this power? What can be learned in that impermanent spark that is our lives? Nothing. But here, in this so-called prison, there are no limits. There is no end.
I don't understand.
This place, this void, has no time as you know it. I've been here for more than 2,000 of your years, and yet I've aged not at all. I feel as I did the moment they sent me here, or as when the Dark Elves first called to me. Do you now see? Here I can do everything I did in your world, but I am unfettered by the chains of mortality that time hangs upon us.
Fine. Then stay here and leave our world be.
I truly wish I could. My reasons for returning aren't what you'd think. I had no aspirations for power or domination like your companion Aranax did. Aspirations that I became the victim of. No. Those are the motivations of the living, and I no longer place myself among them.
Then what? What is it you want?
If only I could show you the places I've seen, you might understand the things I say. I've been to the desolate lands, wandered by those souls who still see the lands of the living, but wear the cloak of the dead. Blind to their own ends, they cry, passing through one another like shadows in the dying light of day. I've traveled to where souls rot in torment, pierced with the jagged shards of life and vision, clinging to memory, regrets of the flesh. I saw that this prison was of their own making, and the key was in unknowing, in release. And still, I traveled on. And finally, I came to the place where souls go to die, where the mirrored and worn spirits fall into an endless sea of gray, mirrored glass. And I lowered myself within, and laid there among them, and I almost did not return. And do you know what I found there? There, among the silent and battered shells of the innumerable, peace, enlightenment, truth. Only then did I realize that this place, this life, is an abomination, a horrible distortion of the natural order. This life, who mothered pain and fear and envy, these twisted children who exist only because we are here to feed them, to nourish them. This life, this afterthought, a disturbance, a mere ripple in that great, dead sea, not even the cause, but merely an effect, sending these souls upward, screaming for release from the day they are torn from their waters. The effect of what? I do not know, nor do I care. Have you ever spoken with the dead, called to them from this side, pulled them from their silent rest? Do you know what it is that they feel? Pain. Pain when torn into this wakefulness, this reminder of the chaos from which they had escaped. Pain at having to live. There will be no more pain. There will be no more chaos. I see your soul, traveler. It screams, tattered and spent. Do you feel its pull? Do you hear its wailing? It is within my power to calm these waters, and that is what I shall do.
And he ends with such a, like, in context, that's such a cool line. It is within my power to calm these waters, and that is what I shall do. Okay.
I suppose that's a different sort of way to look at things.
Hold on a moment. Might I speak with you?
Of course, Virgil.
What he is saying, it's not completely untrue. I've seen the places he speaks of. Felt the peace and serenity of that great Dead Sea. It's not something I'll ever forget.
And this is interesting because if you don't bring Virgil back from the dead, which can be easy to miss as we discussed, you don't get these lines, of course.
What are you saying, Virgil? Do you agree with Kurgan?
Of course not. I made my choice a long time ago, and I choose to stand with you. Yes, there is pain in life, pain and loss and sorrow. But there is also joy and the pleasures of growing and learning. You can't have one without the other, and I wouldn't want to sacrifice either. But in the end, I stand with you, whatever your choice.
Thank you, Virgil. As for you, Kurgan...
I can no longer tolerate the atrocities that this thing, this life has brought about. There will be peace. There will be quiet. Life will no longer be. And so I go to Arcanum to be an end to it. And then I will join the souls of the dead when it is done.
So there you go, that's his motivation. He thinks that life is suffering and he's going to save everybody by killing them because the afterlife is peaceful and there is no pain. So, we've built a very specific character, we've come a long way and trod a very specific path. This is why.
An interesting point of view. I can see the merit it holds.
And why not? I realize that you follow the way of the righteous, or at least that's the role you've decided to play. But you've yet to see the other side. Follow me, and I'll show you things you've never imagined.
Your offer is tempting. Perhaps.
Are you daft, woman? Are you not listening to what this madman is proposing? He will kill every living being in both realms, including you.
I think I can convince him he's wrong.
I think you have taken leave of your senses. I will allow you this attempt at a peaceful resolution, even though I doubt it has much hope of success.
We'll see. Now, Kurgan, I have a few words to say about this.
Splendid. I've spent the last 2,000 years developing my philosophy, but I'm always eager to hear another's thoughts. Please, proceed.
Very well. Let's speak of the nature of life and death.
Yes, let us speak of this. It is my opinion that the nature of life is accidental, that this reality we experience is merely a distortion of death. What say you, traveler?
As you've said, I have only my experience to draw from.
Yes, but what has that experience taught you? I know not the roads you've traveled, but I do know that all living things feel pain and loss. It's my opinion that they feel these things because they were never meant for what we know as life. Their souls are not equipped for it.
Hold, Kurgan. That assumption is based on your experience.
Yes, you're correct. I concede you that point. But I have seen both sides, whereas you have only the lands of the living. Trust me when I say that the souls who are called back to this life are in the most excruciating pain. It's unnatural.
Yes, but perhaps that is the nature of those particular souls.
What do you mean? Are you faulting the souls of the dead for the meddlings of the living?
No. Some souls are in pain because they hold on too tightly.
But you speak as if these souls have a choice when they're brought back. It's the mindless bravado of the living that subjects them to the vagaries of this life.
No. But the pain is of their own making.
I'm willing to say you might be correct. But what proof have you?
What proof do I need? Your state is the only proof necessary.
That line of reasoning is weak and completely ineffectual. Perhaps our conversation is coming to an end.
But I've spoken with souls who weren't in pain.
Just because some souls have accepted the nature of this distortion doesn't justify its existence. If what you're saying is correct, then what is the nature of death? Of life? Which is the natural state? Why is there pain on one side and uncertainty on the other?
The distortion is caused by the eyes with which we choose to see.
Perhaps it is my own arrogance, my own bravado that has brought us here to this crossroads. The question is, where do we go from here? We've spoken of fate, of prophecy. Have I traveled this road too long to turn back? Perhaps I have no choice but to continue on to the end.
No. I have a solution. I can free you, once and for all.
Truly, I wish there were freedom for me. But I cannot let go of this life knowing that I might be called back to its pain. No, it seems I have no choice.
The Vendigroth device. It will sever you from this world forever.
Really? You can sever the bonds which hold my soul to the lands of the living? This object can actually do that?
Yes. I can free you from the pain that you fear.
So many years I've raged against the living. All those years, and the distortion was in my own soul. No man can see the nature of his flaws with diseased eyes. The contradiction lies within me.
Let me end your journey, Kurgan. Go to your rest.
Yes, I thank you, and I'm sorry. So very, very sorry. Perhaps some souls are born into death. They never knew how to live.
Yes, I think you might be right.
Goodbye, traveler. My road ends here. I wish you luck on yours.
Goodbye, Kurgan.
So there he is. His true form. Oh, look at that. Boom! And that's how you beat the final boss
Lucan and his henchmen,
without fighting.
Your freeing of the ghost of Bessie Toon enabled Shrouded Hills to grow and become a thriving community once again. A new silver vein is discovered in the old Bessie Toon mine. Workers pour into town by the dozens, and within a few years, Shrouded Hills is a bustling boomtown. Such towns often have problems keeping the peace. Shrouded Hills has no such trouble, mainly due to the efforts of their new sheriff, Doc Roberts. Because of your outstanding efforts in negotiating the terms for Caledon's membership into the Unified Kingdom, as well as the wise governing policies of Don Throg, Caledon and Terrant became equally prosperous. There is peace for many years in Arcanum. Under the continued leadership of Loghaire Thunderstone, the Wheel clan came out of seclusion and rejoined the world. Loghaire himself lived for more than 800 years, and songs are still sung about his bravery and courage. Yet, after all of this, Arcanum is still what it always was, a place of possibility, a place of change. One thing is certain, And that is that nothing at all is ever certain in this place. Who's to say what the future holds for the land we call Arcanum?
And there we go. So it looked like it was skipping through some of those. We did not get to see all of the ending slides, and I'm not 100% sure why. It may have to do with something how the mod is running, because there's a bunch of different endings, and depending on what you do throughout the game, you get to hear about each of them. So you saw, like, because we did the right things in Shrouded Hills turned into a boom town that was at peace and order. Because we did well in the negotiations, Tehran and Caledon both became incredibly prosperous, and there was peace for many years. Loghaire came back out of seclusion and took over the Wheel Clan, etc. And because we saved Dawn Throg, who is the labor activist speaking for the half-orcs in Tehran, and we promised to give labor unions full rights as part of the unified kingdom when Caledon joined. That means that basically the labor unions were watching over the Industrial Council, creating a balance, and eventually Dawn Throg actually gets elected to, he becomes, I think, the president of the Industrial Council. So it skipped over some of the slides. You could see, like, it went really quickly and, like, flickered through them, and it didn't land on all of them, and I don't know why, and I apologize. But you got to see that we got a good ending. And we do get to go back, because we are a technologist. It means that you get to exit back through the gate that the Black Mountain Clan built along with them, and they reestablish the Black Mountain Clan and reclaim their mines, and you go back and live a long and peaceful life with your friends, with Virgil and Magnus and Sog and everything, and Doggo. So, yeah. And if we didn't get to see all of it, that's fine. That just means even more reason for you to play the game yourself, which I definitely hope you do. If you've played the game before, I really hope that you enjoyed this playthrough of it, which is one that I've never done, a tech support build. Thank you very much to Trance for requesting this on our Patreon. I was very excited to play this. I really enjoyed it. Thank you again to Brutal Kerfuffle as well, who actually donated during last year's Video Game History Foundation fundraiser to get a tasting of the first episode that started us off. So this was kind of a double whammy. Oh man, thank you so much for the gift subs, Trans. You really spoil me. You got me to play this game and play it in a way I never have played it before and experience it again since it's been years since I have. So coming back to it like this was really great. This has been a heck of a playthrough. I've really enjoyed sharing this story with y'all. If you've never played it, please give it a try. You can pick it up for almost nothing, and even without the mods that I'm using, it's a heck of a game. So I really highly recommend it. If you have played it, go back and play it again if it's been a while. Like I said, it's new every time and there's so much to do. But for this playthrough, we're done. The Doctor is out. And that brings a conclusion to the curious cases of Dr. B. Unni, Esquire. She has diagnosed the world with incoming apocalypse, impending apocalypse, and she has prescribed philosophy.
Success.
And that's why now you understand why I wanted 20 charisma and master persuasion before we got to the end of the game. That allows you to get Aranax in your party, and it allows you to talk Kurgan down and use the Vendigroth device peacefully to end his suffering as he realizes that he's wrong. So there's not even a final boss fight. The final boss fight is discussing philosophy with him. You can really see the influence of people like Tim Kaine and, who had their hands in stuff like Planescape Torment as well. So this game is very special to me, from the soundtrack to the replayability to all of the different characters. I hope that now that you have been a part of this journey, perhaps it is special to you too. And with that, we will conclude our Arcanum playthrough. Thank you again. I'm very grateful for the privilege of your time and that you have spent with me playing Arcanum together these many weeks. And I will be taking next Saturday off to prepare our next Saturday series, which is Icewind Dale 2, using the recently released fan and community-created Enhanced Edition mod. I am very excited for that. It's been a long time since I played the first Icewind Dale for y'all, and I can't wait to see who Rousedower and Darkstone become our first 2 party members, along with She Shanty, our character who was created as part of our Pride Month fundraiser by another patron, Old Man Yelling. So, yes, I talked the final boss to death, so I won't talk you to death. Instead, I'll see you on Monday with more Wasteland 2. I'll see you on Thursday with more of our Pokemon Crystal Challenge run, where I'm only allowed to use Pokemon that can't evolve. I will see you on the 24th, Monday after next, when Specific Pixel and I bring you our next co-op game, Mystic Heroes. And on the 29th, of course, Icewind Dale 2.
Excellent!
But that's the end of Arcanum. So, the Doctor is going to go on a well-deserved vacation. I think she has that ghost ship, and there's plenty of Arcanum left to see. For all of her travels, I'm sure there's something she hasn't seen yet, and people she hasn't met. So, we wish her well, and I wish y'all well. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, as always, thanks for playing.